Next podcast with Chris and Todd.
Hey, welcome back. It is the Next Podcast Christmas edition. And I'm here with
Merry Christmas.
The one and the only hot Toddy. And
Didn't
or
need to go there.
Todd Lynch.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
I'll have a confession to make. I already have your Christmas gift. You and I don't ever talk about Christmas gifts, and
No,
there's
not too much.
zero expectation. But because my love language is gift giving,
Okay.
you'll get a gift here sooner or later. I don't have it with me; it's en route right now. So
Okay.
Anyway, I'm excited about it. So
Well, very nice.
yeah, but Todd, you don't have to get me anything. That's fine.
Well, now I feel like I have to. This is great.
Well, you know what I like. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, no.
Anywho.
Hey, welcome back to the next podcast. Hopefully that this first half of the season has been something where maybe some things we've said or some of the conversations we talked about have been beneficial to you.
Yep.
Or maybe you've been challenged or it's made you think. And we really hope that's the case because we love being able to just have these conversations and share them with you about things that are on our mind or the conversations we're having that really, man, hopefully will challenge and encourage you in your faith to take another step, to take a next step towards following Jesus more.
I'll throw this out there. Like, if we're just two pastors who've been doing it for a while, being able to share just a lot of experiences, a lot of things that we've observed just being in a church and just what God's given us the ability to go after and go do. But there may also be some topics or things that you're like, hey, would you guys mind hitting on this? Please let us know. Yeah. We're always kind of open for talking about pretty much anything. If you've listened to this podcast,
It's true.
It's all over the place.
There's a broad cornucopia of things that we could discuss.
broad cornucopia.
And
good.
we are working with a producer, a.k.a. Milton, Top Dog, to maybe secure some next mugs. A couple of you have asked about those, so we would love to oblige you with a link for that. So we'll let you know. Yeah. But we're getting ready for Christmas.
It will be our Christmas gift to you.
That's right. Yes.
I don't know if you'll get it by Christmas, but we'll try.
Feliz cumpleaños aquí. All right.
Okay.
Fantastic.
There you go.
As Sandy Patty said, love in any language.
Very
It's
nice.
straight from the heart. Anyway, hey, but we are really right around the corner from Christmas.
Yes, we are.
Holy cats. It's
going to
coming.
be our Christmas episode. Woo-hoo-hoo.
That's it, man. I'm excited about Christmas.
Let's go.
It really is one of those things that we look forward to, not just personal stuff that we're going to get to do, go spend time with family and different things like that, but really preparing for the Christmas, the culmination of the Christmas series here at church. And we got 9 services that are going to take place at the West location. We've got 4 that are going to take place at the East location, and we'll have our online service as well. So,
a lot of services happening. I think this for
let's
us.
get fired up. Come on.
I think even in church world, it's always an exciting time. People coming in, checking out church. Maybe it's their Christmas, Easter people, or whatever it may be that brings them to church. But it's exciting to be able to share the gospel with so many.
Man, absolutely.
And so, and it's not just for Fountain Springs. I just know a lot of churches usually see a bump in attendance during this time, and hopefully it's also time family gets to be together, gets to hear about Jesus. And man, my ultimate dream for everybody listening and everybody just part of this Christmas Eve, get to experience hope.
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes Christmas can be a hard time for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially like maybe it's been a rough year or it's family dynamics are completely different. And so that's our hope, is that we can offer some hope to people who are maybe feeling lonely or feeling down or feeling whatever it may be, but also to those who are excited for Christmas, being able to go, man, this is pretty awesome what God allows us to be a part of.
It really is. And hopefully you got some people in your life that can encourage you and come alongside you and really, man, don't hesitate to reach out to individuals and say, hey, I just could use a couple minutes of conversation. Just if you are one of those individuals that's like, this has been a year. It's been crazy. And some of those firsts of like not having somebody there, right? Or you just remember it as a time of loss. But like Todd said, and I love, is that regardless of wherever we're at in this timeline, there is hope because of Jesus. And it's our prayer that this year could be an amazing one for you. And as you get to be a part of services, get tickets. Hey, I know everybody will be excited about the Christmas photo opportunity at locations.
Yep.
So bring your smiles. Let's go.
If you don't go to our church and you're wondering, did he just say tickets? He did. And part of that is because we have to do tickets, so people will spread out. They're free.
Yeah.
And so if you're listening and you want to go to one of our services, make sure you get some tickets because we
pick the right location, the right time.
If you're far away but you want to check out our services and you think I probably won't make it to Rapid, check out our online stuff.
It'll be great. Love to have you check it out. So, hey, Christmas. Obviously, we can spend a lot of time talking about the different things of service, but obviously we like just kind of, hey, Christmas is around the corner. So my question for you, Todd, the big one that's been burning in my mind, have you had figgy pudding before?
That's the burning question for you. Figgy pudding. What is figgy pudding?
I really don't know. I would have to Google it now.
The name is
bring
already...
me some figgy pudding. I'm like...
It already sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Like anything with figgy in it sounds like I shouldn't be eating it.
My cousin at...
no, I have not had figgy
I have not had figgy pudding. My cousin at Thanksgiving makes this rice and raspberry, and her husband loves it. And I'm just like, I don't know why this is on the counter, but you could make this for your husband at some other time.
I also plum pudding. Also sometimes around Christmas.
That random trivia question that we
were talking about some random trivia questions, and little news fact here. We played a true or false game, but did you know, with plum pudding, there's actually no plums in plum pudding. It's dates and raisins were called plums.
Okay.
Back in history.
Okay.
And so, which I don't even understand how that's. So there's 3 kinds of plums. I don't know what we were doing back then.
I don't know.
But there you go.
All right.
So plum pudding.
So figgy pudding or fig pudding is any of many medieval Christmas dishes, usually sweet or savory cakes containing honey, fruits, and nuts. In later times, rum or distilled alcohol was often added to enrich the fruitiness of the flavor.
Well, it sounds better than I thought it was going to be.
There you go. Okay. Well, rock and roll. Fruits and honey and nuts.
Yep.
Get excited.
Honey and it's Cheerios. A medieval snack.
You know what? I'll just take some honey nut Cheerios and some 2% milk. That sounds better.
Did you say it started in the medieval times?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Wouldn't have thought.
I didn't see that coming.
No.
All right. So things that we've never had. What is your favorite Christmas snack? Like when Christmas comes around, you just are like, we got to have that in the house.
There is, I don't know if my wife and I and my kids make it, but I do know one of the things that I am always thinking about, because both sides of my family, my mom's side and my dad's side, would make these. There's these butterscotch cornflakes. Little treats that seem to only come around Christmas. There's some other things I love during Christmas, but it's it also comes at Thanksgiving. It also comes at
sure.
There's a Toll House pie that I love that I'm like, nice. This is good. It's like a chocolate chip cookie in a pie form and on steroids, and it's awesome.
Diabetes on a plate.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's at Thanksgiving. That's at this. But this one is, I find it fascinating. This one is specifically for Christmas, where it's these cornflakes covered in butterscotch and making these little just tasty treats.
Okay.
That I'm like, I kind of want one of those before the Christmas season is over.
There you go. Speaking of things like that, my mom makes a peanut butter cornflake pile.
I bet that's good.
That we brought to the office a couple times. That is money, but that is not ours is the old Dutch puff corn, and we make it into Christmas crack. We call it Christmas crack.
Yes.
Because
I've heard you talk about it. Yes.
Yeah, if you've been around me, you've heard me talk about Christmas crack, and it is not illegal drugs. It is just legitimately
illegal drugs. That's awesome.
It is on the back of the puff corn. So it's there for everybody to see. And we make that probably way more than we need to at the Sword Out house. So, man, if Christmas crack, there's usually a Ziploc bag full of that at the house. So
there we go. Okay, right back at you. You got is there a certain do you do a certain meal for Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So usually
ours is all random. It could be whatever someone feels like that day.
Okay. So usually Christmas morning we'll have caramel rolls. Just because, man,
we do the cinnamon roll.
My mom passed the caramel roll down, and love that recipe. It's just so good. But usually sometime during Christmas, within the day on Christmas or around, we'll have fondue with us or with family and stuff. So not cheese fondue, none of that foo-foo cheese fondue or chocolate fondue. Straight up oil, meats, medieval stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like
sounds like you need some figgy pudding.
Pitchfork. Yeah, I'm not going to make that. Anyway, I feel like Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Yes. But he can. Anyway, but yeah, fondue is always a tradition for the Sword Outs. Steak, meatballs, chicken, and shrimp usually are the 4 meats that we have. And then cheesy potatoes. Whew, let's get fired up. Let's go. So,
yeah. For us, we're usually traveling on Christmas Day. So I guess ours is a gas station.
That's right. I really like those sandwiches. Those are really good.
That's the truth. We get done with Christmas Eve services, and then we're heading out to whatever family we're going to go see. And yeah, it's usually stuff like that. And so then you get in, and it's kind of like, all right, what do you want? All right, we'll do this. So we've had pizza before. We've had Chinese. Yep. It's been all over the place.
The Christmas story. Like they go to the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
She cuts off the duck head.
Yes. But all right.
Man.
So our church has been going through the series called Scrooge, kind of playing off the Christmas Carol a little bit. I was curious for you, favorite Christmas movie?
It's always.
Oh, go ahead.
It's always Elf. Elf is just. I love the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm.
That the Muppets are like one of my favorite things. Sometimes like at West, if you've seen the 2 buildings that we have on the side there, those facades, I keep envisioning the doors opening and the 2 grumpy old guys like heckling me from my moment, like, oh, this guy again, all right. But so the Muppets are always fun. But Elf or Christmas with the Cranks is another good one as well. So what do we have? Smoked trout. Okay. Does anybody have anything other than smoked trout? Sorry.
Yep.
How about for you, man? What
Elf is up there.
Elf, yeah.
I think growing up, we watched Christmas Vacation a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
Older you get, you're like, oh man, that movie's so funny. But now as an adult, I'm like, nah, my kids can't watch that. I think it's a little dicey.
So we're gonna get my wife a shirt. We've been talking about this at the house, like movies that we remember, right? Yeah. And then you go, I think I watched the TV version.
Yeah. And you're like, this was not what I remember.
So we're gonna get Rachel a shirt that says this is not the TV version.
Awesome.
Because the girls were, I was like, I came home the other night, they were watching a movie and just love just joking around, like, what are you watching right now? And it wasn't anything bad, but it was just funny to.
Okay. Question for you about your Christmas tree at
the
Sword Out house. Are you a multicolored light tree, or do you keep it just one color? Do you have tinsel? Do all the ornaments go on the tree, or is it a special look that you have and the homemade ornaments go on the back? Like how
the hideous ones around the side,
or is that just a separate tree? You're like, hey, you can put that in your room.
Okay, so long-standing tradition of the original OG Sword Outs was a fake tree. Ain't nobody got time for a real tree, right? Yeah. A fake tree. Crazy story. One time we had a cat, and we had just got new carpet in the parsonage, and we had put up the fake tree, and the cat loved to hide under this tree. Well, something spooked it while it was sitting under the tree while we were gone, and it slit its leg, and this cat bled all the way through the house and hid in the upstairs hallway underneath this armoire that we had in the hallway, and just this big pile of blood. We almost lost the cat. We had to take it, get stitches, and man, my sister would have just lost her mind. She would have been scarred for Christmas had we lost that cat. But that cat bled all throughout the carpet. It was so. Anyway, that's a side story, but that was crazy. That's like the craziest cat story we've got about Christmas. But when I married Rachel, she was a real tree girl. And so, and it's not like we like go into the Black Hills, which there are trees. And I know people love that tradition of a $5, $15 tree, but it's not full. Like it's a skimpy tree most of the time. So we go hunting for trees at Menards. And hey, Menards brought us a dead bird on our tree this year. So that was a free. We were like, hey, look, there's a dead bird right there.
No way.
Yeah. And so I'm like shaking the tree, seeing if it'll come off. And the girls are like, that's our tree. That's our tree. And they're all excited about this dead bird that was on the tree. Like, it's a sign, Dad. Take the tree.
Your girls are weird.
Listen, yes,
they got excited about the tree that had a dead bird. My girls would be like, that's gross. We're not taking that one.
Yeah. They're like, Dad, pick that one. Let's go.
But that's awesome. Though.
Yeah. So we real tree. Rachel and I both would love just white lights. Okay. White lights. But the girls have, one of the traditions from one of the grandparents is an ornament every year, like a specific ornament with pictures or something specific about them from the year. And so we're debating whether we're going to put ornaments up or not this year, or just a very limited amount, because the tree looks really good just with white lights, especially in the framework of the house. So anyway, how about for you? Are you like a big tinsel guy, like red lights?
Nope.
Okay.
We have a tree that goes into the living room.
Fake or real?
Fake.
Okay.
Yeah, we love being able to shove it down back in the box and then pull it back out whenever we need it.
And not spend money the next year. All right.
So we've had this tree for quite a while, and it's been great. We've had to fix some of the lights on it.
Hey, I might have a tree for you like that's sitting in my garage.
It's already like come pre-lit.
Oh, it's lit? Wow.
It's already. And so we are a little picky with the ornaments that go on there.
Okay.
Partly because all the kids also can have we've gotten them a little tree in their room.
Yeah.
That they can, you put whatever lights and ornaments you want on there. And our kids are young enough, it kind of functions like a nightlight for them. So
it
works well.
You ever, like when I'm talking or you're talking, do you ever have thoughts that just go in your mind?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're like, did he really just, no, I'm just kidding.
When you were talking about the cat story, we had I think a few times growing up that we got a real tree, we had a cat at the time.
Yeah.
And that stupid thing would climb up the tree.
Yeah.
And so the needles are just falling everywhere. Every time. I think the cat knocked it over probably 4 or 5 times too.
Oh,
because
my word.
This cat was like obsessed with, hey, we got a tree in here. This is cool. And so I think that was like all right, we're done with the real tree.
Like,
this cat is.
What's that noise? Yeah. Oh, you're just hearing things again.
Yeah. It didn't cut itself. I'm surprised based on that story makes a lot of sense. That thing was always up in our tree. I was like, what are you doing?
Like, this is matted with
So then
sap.
by the end of it, it looks like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree because you're like, cat, leave this dang tree alone.
That is so funny. You imagine like the nappy sap on that cat.
Yeah.
Like,
and the cat's name was Frisky, and we were like, that's perfect.
Oh, no, I thought about like, hey, a Christmas special. We could call it Get Lit with the Lynches. And it's the lighting of your Christmas tree in your house. Tina would not go for that. Anyway.
Yeah. We had a staff Christmas party, and I got somebody some socks that said, let's get lit.
Yeah, you did get some. That was fantastic.
Let's get lit, man.
I got some barbecue seasoning. So, that was, but good times.
It was good times.
Good times. Good times.
Well, with this Christmas season coming up, what is something that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I really, it's really been one of those weird seasons because my oldest is going to be getting married in June, which is bonkers. And so this is like the last Christmas before before they decide what they're going to do, right? Like next Christmas, they could be like, hey, we're going to spend it with his family, or we're going to do this and we'll be there for Thanksgiving, whatever they decide.
And you have to be okay with
and
that.
I do. I have to be okay with that. I've been working on that. I've been working on being okay my whole life. Anyway, I don't know if I'm there yet or not. But no, just this really is. It's one of those reminders that things change, and it is going to change. And I'm grateful that Morgan is going to be here this Christmas, and we get her before she goes off on a trip quick. So that's what I'm really looking forward to, is just being with her. But I also get to take a trip with one of my other daughters, that kind of a thing that we've talked about on a podcast, where I just take like a coming of age trip with my girls. And so this is the next one that I get to go do that with. And I'm looking forward to that after Christmas. But specifically with Christmas, just all 6 of us, final time, kind of, man, it just seems weird. Now, she'll be back other times, but it'll just be different.
It'll be different.
Yeah.
Yep.
And different. different is good. I mean, that's what my wife tells me all the time because
you kind of want them to go and do this, but then you're like, oh, this is going to change Christmas. This is going to change them being around. And so, that's, you're kind of like, I don't know if I like the change yet, but I'm going to have to embrace it.
But I'm working on it. There's a 12-step program I'm working through. What about for you, man? What is really sticking out in your mind?
What I'm looking forward to the most, just because this season right now, I've been coaching middle school girls basketball and just with work and all that kind of stuff. It's been a good season, but it has felt like, okay, we got to get this and this and this. Yep. So I'm just looking forward to being able to sit at my in-laws' place and just relax and be able to take in Christmas, because there's nothing after we as a church, we kind of take that week after Christmas off, and so and basketball will be all wrapped up at that point, and so it just will be, I don't, more than other years, because other years have been like, oh, okay, I get the break, this will be great, but I'm just kind of really looking forward to just having time just to be there, be present, and
man, that's going to be good. I love it. I'm glad that you're going to get that, and that'll be a lot of fun. So, yeah. Are there other family that are coming?
Well, all of Tina's family lives there in Chicago, and so we're going to be able to see all of them. She's got a brother, and their family's going to be there, and
okay, just because I love Chicago. Like, you may not even know that about me. I love Chicago. I love the idea of Chicago. I love Wrigley. Yeah. I love the L train. I love Northwestern campus.
The food is also pretty awesome.
So there's a place that I want to go to that's been on my list for a long time. There's a lot of lists, actually, that I have in my mind about Chicago. But one of them is a steakhouse called Gene and Giorgetti's. Oh. And it's downtown. I think it's in the old butchering district area. And it's been there for like forever. But that's one of the places in Chicago, Gene and Giorgetti's, for a steak sometimes.
There you go.
Anyway, you didn't care about that, but that's like Chicago.
You and your food.
Let's get fired up about food, man. Come on.
Places you love to visit. So
I had a really good meal. Let's just talk about Rapid City first. I had a good meal at Tandor the other day. There's another name behind it, but
you were just like, hey, name dropping all these.
That's
places.
right, dude. It was a good meal. I wanted to lick the plate and the gravy. Like, it was just an odd moment.
That good, huh?
There you go. It was delicious.
Well, go check it out if you're in Rapid City.
Anyway, yeah. Then you feel bad. You're like, should I mention nothing? No, we're not talking about. This is not a food episode. This is Christmas.
This is just Chris going off a little tangents.
That's right. Little soapbox. Little soapbox.
If you ask him about food, he has an answer for you.
We can talk about it for a long time.
We could talk about it. We could do multiple episodes about food, but we won't. But hey, here's our hope for you, though, with this Christmas, is that I would say try to be intentional with it. Like, take time. I would say maybe if you don't have a church, go find a church to go check out one of the services. I think we all need that. Being in a community that is celebrating Christmas together is powerful. On top of that, I don't know what your family dynamic is, but trying to make it to where it's, whether it's friends, whether it's family, just getting together with people and spending some time together. Mm-hmm. But I also, one of the things as a church is being like, let God be included in this Christmas. Yeah. And that's giving him a gift and giving him time, I think would be so valuable. So looking at your Christmas season, and not just Christmas Day, but this whole week, from Christmas all the way up to New Year's, going, all right, God, what can I give you? I hope that you'll be willing to do that, because I think that is a great way to start the new year, but also a great way to end the year too.
Yeah, no, I agree. That I'm glad you brought that up. Like, just thinking about something outside of your family that you can do to bless somebody. You know, you and I have talked a lot about those different ways to engage, whether it's neighbors or go and do something specific to serve or whatever, or just bless someone that you know that you really could use, like a visit. I know those are out of the comfort zones, and you may get some pushback from your kids or just even your spouse, but you're like, hey, this would mean a lot to this person. It means a lot to us when you take time to come and be a part of service. We love that. We love seeing you there. It means a lot to us when you participate in like what Pastor Todd talked about, just this idea of like that the shine offering that we're going to have at our church, and giving back and giving of ourselves, freely of ourselves. So it's powerful, but man, we're praying for you. We pray that you have a great Christmas.
We really do. Yeah. And that's what I would say, doing some of these things, if you're not looking forward to this Christmas season, I think it brings about healing in a good way. I know for me, like, our family has done, like, hey, we're going to go do some things for our neighbors. But also part of it is going and seeing family, but also being a part of all the services that are happening at Christmas. That's just, that's kind of our family Christmas.
Yeah,
and,
it is.
And what it looks like. And I look forward to every year going, all right, God, I know you're in this, and there might be tweaks, there might be changes to it. But it's one of those special times where it's like, God, I don't want to be just intentional this part of the season, but this is a great opportunity to be this intentional, because people are more accepting of it right now.
I would agree.
So.
And man, we hope that you have a great Christmas and it goes really well, and you're safe if you're traveling. Yeah. But we'll look forward to talking and jumping in with you. I hope that you get to eat something really great at Christmas.
If so, let us know.
Yeah, that's right. If it's figgy pudding, well, let's make sure.
If you try it and it's really good,
yeah,
I guess tell us.
We'll see if our producer can get something on our podcast next time.
Poor Milton's gonna have to. He's got a lot on his plate.
We got a list right now.
Yeah.
Like Milton is like just chalk those up to the awesome things that he already is. So
He's
rock and roll.
good.
He is good. All right. Well, hey, have a great one. We'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas.